Back so soon?
Alethea, I know I wasn't gone long in the Animus, but I couldn't wait.
I've been thinking about whether or not I should let you continue, and I have my answer, but I'm afraid you won't like it.
Don't tell me I can't go into the third simulation.
I'm sorry, Layla. I made a miscalculation, and I factored you in when it was a mistake to do so. I see that clearly now. It's time for you to leave Atlantis.
You can't do this. Not now! I've seen Elysium and the Underworld. You can't take that away!
If I'd known this reality would go the direction it did, you wouldn't have seen any of it. You're too human. Your DNA has succumbed to the corrupting nature of the staff.
Listen, I know the bleeding effect is real, and accessing Deimos' memory did affect me. But I've studied Isu artifacts. This is the last stage of my trials. When it's over, my DNA will be able to overcome the staff's control.
Perhaps. But you won't see that through. My simulations are closed to you.
Я все равно вернусь в Анимус.
I didn't want to play this card, but I will. I built this Animus. I know the tech. It doesn't matter whether or not you want me in the simulation.
You really think your rudimentary understanding of our technology would allow you to break in? As the Greeks would say, that's your hubris talking.
All I know is this. We can do this together, or I do this alone. Don't let us become enemies.
Even if I were to let you in, your doctor is dead.
If I could take that back, I would. But I can't. And I have to keep going.
From her calculations, your body wouldn't be able to withstand the simulations.
My body is fine. The staff kept Alexios alive for thousands of years. I've got a protection guarantee.
Your mind is a different story altogether. You don't have the sense to see its degradation.
When you break it down, this staff heals, Alethea. I could come out of this smarter, more in control. Invincible.
That's quite a leap in logic.
Just let me see for myself. Please.
Go.
Oh my god, thank you. You won't regret this. Here we go.
I'll see you inside.
That's enough! No need to shout. This isn't your domain, brother. Hades has nothing left to offer you. You are never meant to stay here, nor Elysium. You didn't belong on Kefalonia, and you didn't belong in Sparta. I can offer you a place you do belong. It's time you finally found it. Atlantis awaits.
Anywhere's better than here.
I won't forget this. No! There's no need for that here. You're safe.
I've heard that before.
This place isn't like any other you've been. There's no Persephone, no Hades.
Just you.
Just me. The Castis Vasilevs, the grand adjudicator of all Atlantis. But to you, I am Poseidon. What I'm offering you, Keeper of the Staff, is a place on my side. Join me as my Castis. Welcome home.
Что это за место?
This place is the real Atlantis. I mean, it's intact. I thought this city was destroyed.
Every 7 years, our great city begins a new cycle, if judged to be imperfect.
And who's the judge?
Before your arrival, it was my decision alone. Now that I have you at my side, I intend for this cycle to last an eternity.
Что такое дикаст?
If you're the Dikastis Vasilevs, you expect me to be...
Dikastis, the judge. Be my hand in laying and enforcing judgment in Atlantis.
Well, I must warn you that I'm not always right.
I was both surprised and encouraged by your actions in the underworld. Fortunes were exchanged in response to your choices. But trust that I learned your reverence to justice is true.
Как ты узнал о моем жезле?
Hades must have told you about my staff.
He didn't have to. As is the way with all heroes, your journey has become the stuff of Atlantean legend.
Then you know my staff is the reason I'm here. I need to learn how to master it.
This land is a paradise of power for those with Isu devices, but all in good time.
Предлагаешь мне жить среди богов?
So you expect me to live among you? A home among gods?
Gods? We are much more than the human conception of gods. Your father called us the ones who came before, but as Alethea told you, we are the Isu.
You know about my staff, Pythagoras, and Alethea? I'm starting to feel very watched.
Your trials in both Elysium and the underworld. No, your triumphs there are known to us.
My trials forced me into rebellion. They made me face the dead. My hardships make me a good Dikastis?
We don't always choose our path, but in this case, your blood shows for you. You possess both DNA strands, the best of humans and Isu. I have no doubt that you are our mutual future.
Я готов к новым испытаниям.
It's an honor. Where do I start?
Humans have 5 senses to understand the world around them. We have been blessed a 6th. Knowledge. Ah, no. It is not merely your vision of the ego. The essence of that sense sleeps now, but it can be awoken in Atlantis. Your stuff is more than a key. It's a bridge between who you are now and who you must become.
And if I fully awaken this 6th sense, I'll have mastered the staff.
That and more. Come, let me show you.
I accessed power sources in Elysium and the underworld. They helped my knowledge, I think, but they haven't changed my senses.
In Atlantis, you'll find the sources that awaken your new sense much more concentrated. Not only will your knowledge grow here, but it will thrive. You'll find 3 such sources once you leave this palace. You know them as Keeper's Insides.
Doesn't look like anyone can get through.
It's blocked to those who haven't full access to our knowledge. Find the source of that knowledge within this palace. Try to pass through once you do.
Знание Ису. Знание Ису, которое они называли шестым чувством, можно собирать, взаимодействуя с различными артефактами Ису. Откровение Хранителя, данные из хранилищ, кодекса Ису, артефакты Ису в Атлантиде. Ага, понятно.
Hello, Layla.
Alethea? What are you doing in here?
You needed intervention. I couldn't stop you physically, but perhaps I can make you understand through technical means.
No, I've got this. Stay out of it.
feels like the staff is becoming a part of me.
Обязанности
I'm starting to
Дикаста.
understand. It's like I can feel Isu memories and hear their wisdom.
Посейдон, владыка Трезубца, написал эти правила, кое следует соблюдать неукоснительно во всей Атлантиде. Решения Дикаста должны исполняться. Дикаст выступает беспристрастным судьей. Его решениям должны подчиняться все, кроме Дикаста Басилевса. Эксперименты Ису над людьми запрещены. Дикаст обязан следить за исполнением этого запрета. Споры между Ису и людьми надлежит решать справедливо и без предубеждений. Все вердикты, вынесенные Дикастом, влияют на успех цикла.
Now I know what you meant about the sources being more concentrated. I feel different.
Many things are different here, Dicastes. You'll discover that in time. Atlantis awaits you. I have one rule that is absolute. Our technology cannot be used on my human civilians. Their bodies cannot withstand the power. The Isu know this above all.
So, I'm free to go. What task should the Dicastes do first?
Even Atlantis is not a perfect society. It yearns for balance. So be that balance. Then when your role as guide to the people is fulfilled, it may well be perfection. Don't worry. You've already earned my respect, which is a trial in itself.
Dicastes, His Eminence Atlas humbly requests that you join him at his Doma to discuss a matter of grave importance.
Right. I'll make sure to stop by. His Eminence? This place has more kings than Sparta.
Предлагаю начать с кузницы. Нам предлагают создать легендарное оружие. Я, правда, пока не знаю, что это за легендарное оружие, но давайте сейчас выясним. Адамантита вроде бы мне хватает, поэтому давайте смотреть, что из этого выйдет. Давайте в крайнюю левую пойдем. Итак, кузница Атлантиды. Ису укрыли формы для выплавки легендарного оружия Гефеста глубоко в недрах под Атлантидой. Соберите достаточно слитков адамантина, чтобы изготовить оружие. Взаимодействуйте с любой кузницей. Выкуйте оружие для охотника, воина или убийцы. Каждое оружие можно выковать только один раз, поэтому выбирайте с умом. Ага, понятно. Так, как понять? Понять, где для охотника, где для воина, где для... убийцы. Ладно, давайте начнем с левого тогда.
Access granted. Initiating Forge Protocol. Select preferred weapon configuration.
Оружие убийцы.
Modification approved. Adding assassin module.
Понятно, это были, значит, инструменты для ковки. Угу, понял. Ну, в таком случае тогда... Предлагаю все сделать убийцей. Я не... играю.
Initiating forge
Я не играю
protocol.
другими снаряжениями, к тому же, если что, у меня все есть к тому же. Оружие убийца.
Modification approved. Adding assassin module. Access granted. Initiating forge protocol. Select preferred weapon configuration. Modification approved. Adding assassin module.
Ah, the Castis. I heard you can help me with the solar floral regeneration project.
The what?
Oh, forgive me. Let me start from the beginning. I'm Neocles, an imperial botanist here in Atlantis. I'm engineering a way to aid floral regrowth.
The flowers here can't just grow on their own?
Oh, no! You're not one of those followers of Minerva, are you?
Я не понимаю, о чем ты.
If you don't start making sense, I'm not going to know how to help you.
Oh, apologies, the Castis. You're new to Atlantis, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me begin. Basically, the plants are a key resource for us here. But a few cycles ago, humans overpicked them, and now the air is suffering.
You want to grow more?
In a sense, yes. I have a hypothesis, a theory that using a natural power source stronger than the sun will promote sustainable growth.
You're losing me again.
There are devices that project beams of light around the Garden of Triton. Redirecting them using the reflective surfaces would stimulate floral regrowth.
You want me to move your lights?
Yes! And the Castis, taking care of our natural resources, would send a message to all of Atlantis.
A good message, I hope.
Так, нам нужно перенаправить лучи света так,
It
чтобы
looks like all the light beams need to hit that central structure.
они светили именно в центральный обелиск. Понятно. Давайте разбираться.
That must be the device Neocles mentioned. Reminds me of how I opened the door to Atlantis.
Так, здесь надо что-нибудь сделать, что ли? Или попробовать здесь проверить.
That worked. First one down.
Первым получилось, да. Давайте ко второму двигаться. Так, здесь уже надо двигать. Так, идем туда, идем туда. А, понял. Я думал, надо было туда его двигать. Ладно, допустим.
We'll get the flowers growing in no time.
Так, куда дальше идет этот луч?
Beautiful. That should do it. I'll tell Neocles it's done. That doesn't seem good. What happened?
Но мне кажется, что все-таки мы сделали все правильно. Это было бы правильно.
I moved your light beams. It seemed to be working, but then...
The beams are aligned, yes, but the power isn't running.
What do you think the problem is?
None of this makes any sense. The light beams should expand across the gardens and present with enhanced photons.
Может, что не так с теорией?
There might be something wrong with your theory. I still don't see how this light is any better than the sun.
The sun! That's it! The power source must also be displaced, rendering this light no different than the sun. No wonder you're the Vigastis. That's brilliant!
So the next step is...
Go to the control room and make sure the power source isn't displaced.
And what exactly is this source?
An igneous matter consisting of Imperial... It's a rock. Just make sure there's a rock in the control room.
Fine. I'll go see if this rock is there. Looks like Neocles was right. There is no rock here. Hey! Stop right there! Malaka! Thief must be in here somewhere. Maybe if I move some things around.
И что? Имеете в виду, чтобы залезть куда-то? А, или вы говорите то, что, возможно, там тайный вход есть. Вроде бы нет тайного входа. Здесь тоже пусто. Вот.
What's the Castis doing running around here?
I'm chasing down a thief. Looks like you're the one who took Neocles' rock.
My name is Melita. I'm an environmental biologist, not a thief. Neocles has no claim to a natural power source like this.
Видимо, это ценный камень.
That rock must be worth a lot if you're trying to steal it.
You're the Castis and you have no idea what the power source is? Aren't you invested in the future of our resources?
It's easy. Put the rock in Neocles' device and we'll fix the flowers.
This isn't Neocles' first attempt at population balancing. When the flowers were overpicked and the bees started dying, first he attempted to artificially pollinate the flowers. When he artificially pollinated the flowers, the soil degraded. When the soil...
I get the idea. But then, how would you fix the gardens?
I wouldn't. Nature has been healing itself for eons. Neocles needs to stop meddling.
Melita! You've always been obtuse about the project. No accountability for civilization's impact on the ecosystem.
Insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. When will you accept your hypothesis has failed?
Failed is inaccurate terminology. I simply adjusted my theory after experiencing unintended results.
Enough bickering, both of you.
You're right. I wanted to destroy the power source to end his project once and for all. But as the Castis, it should be your decision.
Надо вернуть камень в устройство Неокла.
The project Neocles is working on is important for the future of Atlantis. Hand over the rock.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Thank you. This will propel Atlantis' sustainability forward by centuries. All those cynics like Melita will see the progress eventually.
Just be careful. It sounds like your theory could still use some work.
This is the right course of action for all of Atlantis, Castis. Trust me. Please, do me the honor of returning the stone to the device.
Atlantis' gardens will be healed in no time.